Yes, I'm there. Okay, hello. I'm Lisa, if you're catching up with this somehow in a different way, the Mummy Whisperer. And this is day one of my free online course on how to enjoy the school holidays more. I'm coming to you from work today, and that's my challenge. If I tell you a little bit about myself so you can understand where I'm coming from and why it's important for me. I'm an author, a healer, and a small business owner, as in a business with bricks and mortar and people. So I own a hair and beauty salon in Radlett in Butler's Green Farm, and it's a spa as well, hence the pretty pictures and things on the wall. So my big challenge, of course, is that the business is still running all the way through the holidays. I've also got my healing and coaching practice, which I can tail down, but there are clients who I still need to see. With my business, yes, I can try not to do projects, although that's been relatively unsuccessful the last few summers, because stuff happens. It's a business, and that's the way it is. I'm just going to check that I am live in the group. Hold on. Am I there? Let's see. Is it working? Is it working? I'm not convinced it's actually gone live. Oh, well, if not, no, I don't think it's working. Well, if not, I will post the video later. So there I am. I also have the additional, worry of the fact that I've got Lyme disease. Last summer, I was bedridden for 2 weeks. The summer before that, I was bedridden for 6 weeks. Oh, hello, somebody's watching, so it must be actually working. I wasn't sure. So that's where I'm coming from. Now, I also have the slight pressure of the fact that Max is 11, Willow is 7. I've had a couple of summers which were just awful, and they just passed, and I turned around and went, what happened there? Or it was a constant juggle of, work, iPads, and this sort of stuff, and I look back and felt that kind of heartbreaking kind of regret. It's Max's last school holiday before he goes to secondary school. Willow's going up into juniors, so it's a big thing for me. So that's why I've already started working through this course myself, so that I tried it out, if you know what I mean. So today, day one, is the most important day. There are other days which will be more or less important to you, depending on your situation and your circumstances. Hi Susie, nice to see you. But this day is really, really important. This is where we set your mindset. This is where we set you kind of up mentally and emotionally. This is where we show you how to press that reset button when things go a bit pear-shaped, because it will. You know what it's like with kids. So this is really, really important. I will do a quick summary at the end of the course in kind of PDF format as well, which people can download if they want to, okay? And these videos will stay in the Facebook group available to you for the whole of the summer. Maybe longer, but at least the whole of the summer. Now, step one, we all have our limits. So I want you to sit down with a cup of tea today, if possible, and think about, what are your limitations? What do you want to make sure you achieve? What do you want to make sure you do? Think through other summers that were good, that were bad. What did you wish you'd done? What are your limitations? Do you have limitation on time? I certainly do. Do you have a limitation on money? Yes, I've got one of those as well. Do you have a limitation on energy? Do you have a limitation on the space in your house? What are your limits? I personally believe that sometimes our limits are there for a reason. Work with them rather than against them. Stop fighting them. Stop talking about, I wish I had, it's so unfair, I don't have enough of. blah, 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 and this sort of stuff. Instead, work with them. So I want you to sit down and think, despite everything, despite all your limitations, what do you want to make sure happens? I want to make sure that every day I have some time with the kids, that it's good quality time. I need much clearer boundaries between work and children time. And, you know, I'm jigging that through. Now, so that's step 1. What are your limitations? Step 2. That I call these, you know, people talk about affirmations, positive affirmations, these kind of blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. This, I'm going to put you on a diet. It's a diet affirmation. That's what I call it. You are not allowed, from now until the end of the holidays, and if you have any sense, you'll continue on after that, you are not allowed to mention, to discuss, to talk about what you don't have. Okay, I know you've got problems. I know, we all do. And yes, if you're sitting down having a heartfelt chat with your friend, it's fine. You can be real. You can talk to them about where you're at, what's going on, brainstorm, and so on. But in the meantime, I don't want to hear passing your lips, I haven't got enough money, I can't do this, I haven't got enough energy, I haven't got enough time. That's not what you're going to focus on. Don't focus on what you don't have. That's no good. That messes with your head. It makes it worse. Absolutely makes it worse. And I can guarantee that because I've got so many limits at the moment on where I'm at. And the only way I keep going is to be real, be honest, but I do not focus on what I don't have. Okay, so that's your diet affirmations. Then, with children, it's important to envisage how you want this to go. How do you want this holiday to go? So this is where I want you to replace all of those diet affirmations about, we're worried about money, we haven't got enough to do things, and so on. And you're going to replace it with talking about what you do want to happen, how you do want the children to behave, how you do want the holiday to go. Okay? So, for instance, let me give you an idea. You'll have heard the old story about the fact that if you tell a child not to do it, they do it. That's because children and dogs and people are the same. If you say, don't fall off that wall, they miss the don't. They hear the fall off that wall. And something clicks in their head, and more often than not, they'll fall off the wall. Don't shout at your sister. I mean, honestly, this morning, stop, 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 was all I was saying. It was one of those mornings this morning, because I got so much to get done. So I want you to sit down. I remember hearing, I've heard a couple of mums say, oh, my children hate each other. Don't say it. Just don't say that. Instead say, do you know what, sometimes they get on, sometimes they don't. You can be honest. But they do sometimes get on. They don't. No one hates anybody 100%. Okay. So, for instance, for me, I'm going to focus on the fact that every day I'm going to get to spend time with the children. I'm going to have great memories from the end of the holiday. They are going to get on really, really well. Otherwise, I'm threatening them with like no iPads, no screens, and summer camp for the rest of their life. I'm focusing on the fact that I'm going to make sure that I look after my energy and that I'm going to have, a really great summer and be able to do so much more than normal, that my energy is going to really, really boost and my health is going to be great at the end of the holidays as well. So I want you to sit down and think, how do you want the children to behave? You know they can sometimes do it. You know it's possible and viable. How do you want them to behave? How do you want the holiday to go? How do you want to be? I don't want my holiday to be like this morning when it was all like, stop shouting at each other, we've got to get out the door. So mine's going to be much more chilled, much more organised. I am going to have to be quite structured because of my lifestyle. So, what are your limitations? Remove the diet affirmations, remove all those negative things you've been saying. What are the positive things that you're going to say? Sit down and think through these down, write them down. Writing stuff is magic. And then I need you to remind yourself. How are you going to remind yourself? Now for me, pictures work. I have little cards and I stick them in my bathroom cupboard, and it will have like, you know, something like best holidays ever, and it will have colours all over it. That's what I'm going to do this evening, and I'll share it with you to show you what I've got. I've also got like vision board up in my bedroom, and it's got a picture of like adventures and things that I want to do with the children. So that's going to be my big focus every morning, is to look at that kind of section, which is to do with the adventures I want with the children. I've also got my journal. And in my journal, I've got lots of little cards that have got targets for work, and also, you know, what I want to focus on in terms of the next few weeks or months. I like pictures. I've actually just got a picture on the way to remind me. I have a terrible tendency to be a bit too responsible, a bit too hardworking. I'm a bit of a workaholic. So it's a picture that's going to remind me to have fun, to be freer, to be lighter, to be funner, and so on. And that is going up on my wall as soon as it arrives. I will share it with you because I'm really, really excited. A friend of mine's painted it for me. So this is really, really important, is to remind yourself, have pictures, have reminders, have a little alarm pop up on your phone, whatever works for you, how you are. And then all the way through the holidays, every now and again you need to pause. You just pause like this. Just take a pause, you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Pause in the morning, pause in the middle of the day, pause at the end of the day. Today, and the kids were like, because they're tired and it's the end of term, and in the car on the way here I was like, just pause. I'm going to try, when I get a chance, to actually do an extra Facebook Live with you to talk you through a couple of de-stressing techniques, pausing techniques, meditation. You can call them whatever you like, meditation techniques. But you're going to need to pause. Life does get chaotic, life does get stressful, and you literally press the reset button. Start again. Does that make sense? Okay, so that is day one. I want you to sit down with a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and think through, what are your limitations? What are you going to stop saying? What are you going to be positive about? What are your affirmations going to be? And how are you going to remind yourself? And maybe like a little picture saying pause every now and again, just to remind you. Hit that reset button, start again. So that is day one, okay? Tomorrow we are going to talk about time management. This is obviously critical for me, and it's one of the ways to make sure that things don't get too stressy and when your time is managed. There's loads of things we can do for that as well. If you've got any questions, just pop them below here and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. I am going to be managing my time carefully over this week as it's an important one. Right, so yes, that's it. If I've forgotten anything, I'll post a message in the Facebook group. Please do, if you found this helpful, please do invite your friends to join the Facebook group. They can catch up with this at any point in time. And please do remember to watch this again if you need a reminder during the holidays. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.